Bonington Dam in the Kootenays. The dam is right behind us. This video is brought to you by SONY Transportation, now hiring Super B wood chip, Super B flat deck Class 1 drivers in BC's Lower Mainland, the Okanagan, and the Kootenays. To apply, go to sutco.ca, use promo code JuanFan, let them know I sent you, and get an extra $100 on your first payday. And make sure you use my name as a reference. Any referral bonuses I get, I'll split with you. Good morning, good morning. We are in the Kootenays. This is the Kootenay River, Bonington Dam. We're on the little side chute of the dam. On the east side, there's that small little side chute. I'm not sure exactly why it's there, but it's there. Let's try to get out of here without spinning out. I gotta go up a slight hill here, and she's a little slippery. See all the snow in my hood there from when I opened the hood to do the pre-trip. It's high enough, it's kind of hard to knock out. Hopefully it melts there soon and falls out. It's all very, very nice and soft. Soft fluff. If it was a chunk of ice, I'd be worried about it, because if that hits a car, that would do a lot of damage. It's soft, wet fluff, so kind of everything wants to stick together. So I was the beginning of an accident already today. Pay attention as we leave this road and pull onto the highway. I was headed southbound and made a big turn to come into here. I slowed down early, turned my signal lights on way early because the roads were slippery. And I'm like, okay, people behind me, I'm signaling, I'm slowing down, pay attention. They did not. They did not pay attention. I'm like, that car keeps coming closer. Hey guys, I'm slowing down here. I'm stopping. There's oncoming traffic. I need to make this turn. And all of a sudden there's cars all sideways behind me as they realize what's going on. I'm like, I've been signaling for the last minute. Come on. Maybe not a whole minute, but I've been signaling for... I started signaling at 800 meters to the turn. Way early. Like, this is all black ice, you need to slow down. And she went all sideways and crooked, and the pickup behind them went all sideways and crooked. She ended up in the ditch. It looks like she didn't do any damage to the car, just needed a tow to get back out. Hopefully she's gone by that time I get there now. And the pickup, as I'm making the U-turn, right? The pickup's coming at me, locking up the brakes, and they went left and went into that pullout. You'll see the pullout, I mean, and was about to T-bone me, but they were doing all the driving they could. They used all their skill and got the truck all slowed up just before they hit me. I moved out of the way, had to get the truck all the way out of the way. All the rest of the cars just drove away. Me and the pickup that was sideways stopped and made sure that the lady that was in the ditch was okay. She was on the phone with OnStar. Another paramedic came by and stopped and was helping her. She had absolutely no injuries. She was perfectly fine. She just backed it into the ditch. And honestly, the best outcome that could have happened. If she hadn't done that, she would have rear-ended my trailer and just smashed her car to bits and damaged my trailer. And the pickup too, best possible outcome. Did all the driving they could and got onto the side pullout and didn't hit me. So all in all, other than they should have been paying attention in the first place, leave a lot of room. It's solid black ice. And if you don't know if it's solid black ice, just treat it like it's solid black ice. I'm not going to stop here. It is a slight decline or a slight incline, and if I stop, I don't think I'm getting going again. Make sure nobody's coming and just roll through the stop. And police came up, like a ghost car came up, and he goes, well, it's not my job to do traffic control and stuff like that, but I'm going to do that until we get everybody out of the way. And I told the police officer what happened, and told him, I'm going to get out of the way because the less of us that are here, the better for you guys. And he goes, amen. There's no point of having a bunch of looky-loos around that are going to be no help. I've told my story, what I did and what happened and why she's in the ditch the way she is, but I should have taken a little more momentum here. Let's try to get in this grippy stuff. Oh, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. The load is balanced really well. We have most of our weight on the front drives, and the tail end of it is really quite light. The guys loading here, it's not their job to load. They're sandblasters and painters. They don't he barely knew how to operate the zoom boom or telehandler or whatever you want to call it. They called it a zoom boom. So they asked me to help load. Oh, someone hit that curb hard. Yeah, they smashed the front end of their car pretty good on that. Slow down, peoples. Speed limit's what, 80 on here, and I'm doing 30? Slow down, peoples. Gotta slow down. I don't care if you're gonna be late for work. Be late for work. It is 10:07 a.m. It is minus 1 degree Celsius. And that's the problem. The roads were so nice and grippy yesterday with all the white snow, but it got just warm enough to melt on this road. Once you get on the highway, you'll see it got just warm enough to melt the road. So you have these nice black lines that got nice and wet and then froze and became solid black ice. Roads like this with this road has hardly any traffic, stayed nice and white. Roads like this actually have quite a bit of grip. It's that black ice stuff that when it melts and refreezes, ooh, it is slippery. I'm just hoping we don't run into a car that's doing 150 down this road. Oncoming. We'll see if that pickup is still here. Pickup overnight or today morning must have come around the corner way too fast. There's a car catching up with me very fast. Take it easy, peoples. Take it easy. No need to rush on this garbage. Right here, this corner, a pickup just didn't stop. A weird downhill, and the pickup just went straight, and it looks like they've cleared it out. Yeah, it was basically dead on between those two orange signs, smashed right into the cliff right there. Oh no, it was actually a little bit to the left. I see it now. Just left of the two signs. Must have come down the hill and just couldn't stop. That's why you go slow, peoples. Kootenai River. Moment of truth. oncoming cars, please. No oncoming cars. Oh yeah, this is grippy. They put some sand on here. Lots of grip. Good, 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 good. No spinning out on this. Train coming. No oncoming cars, please. Oh, good. That wasn't bad at all. Nope, we're gonna just wait until we're clear. It looks like the roads are wet now. In the morning there was solid ice. Yep, there's grip here now. Oh, darn, there goes the roof cam. It's gonna be wet and slush getting thrown everywhere. That's okay, we'll just have to clean it after. Yeah, and that car that was in the ditch there has been cleared away too. The one that crashed as I was coming in today morning at 7. That's been 3 hours. Yeah, roads are nice and wet here. I guess at least we know it's not slippery. At least we hope it's not slippery. So I got engine brakes on at the lowest settings. Just in case it is slippery, I don't need the engine brakes to wipe me out. working out pretty good. Car was cutting it a little close for the conditions, but I got away with it. Pickup signaling way early. I knew not to rush into that. This doesn't look very grippy. This doesn't look wet at all. Keep my momentum up and drive in the white stuff here off the black. Having said that, driving in the white is a lot worse for fuel consumption, and it'll be jostling you left and right, pulling you all over because your tires are pushing against the snow and the slush. But that is where the traction is. So the pickup pull in, we're going to slow down already just in case they don't get up to speed. Plastic off lumber on our left hand side here. Yeah, it's been snowing hard and the wind hasn't blown all the snow off the trees yet, so it's always just a beautiful winter wonderland when that happens. Here's another Sutco driver. I love some of those trees just covered in snow like that. All the naked trees. The evergreens are pretty too, but the other trees, whenever it's harder for snow to stick on those other trees. But the snow is just that right consistency, that wet, heavy, fluffy snow that just covers everything. The beautiful snow that everybody thinks Canada has all the time. It's going to take me about 8 hours to get to the customer in Maple Ridge, or kind of north of Maple Ridge. About 8 hours, and we have 10.5 hours to get there. So, should all go well. I just gotta find a place to sleep, because I've never been to this location before, and when I Google mapped it, it looked like it had gates, so I won't be able to sleep on location. So I'm not sure if I could sleep somewhere near Maple Ridge, Abbotsford, or Mission. I don't know any sleeping areas. If you guys know any areas there that has room for trucks to sleep, an industrial area where it's parked in a hidden spot, let me know. I'm always looking for secret parking areas. Yeah, we're driving quite a bit underneath the speed limit, but that's okay. The roads are looking a little slipperier here too, so. Hopefully there's no chain up. Yeah, they haven't plowed this little pullout. That's a shame. It's a good parking spot for us. It's a problem in the winter. We lose even more areas than we can park. Brilliant dam on our left over here. There's a lot of dams along the Kootenai River here. Welcome to Castlegar. Kind of stay on the outskirts of it. Trucks aren't allowed to go through town. Oh yeah, I guess this video is going to get copyrighted again. Woo! Then I'll dispute it and win. I always win. For some reason, this part of the highway has some unique features that the algorithm goes, hey, this is a duplication of another video. Somebody else owns the rights to this video, so this is a copyright claim from this other driver, this other video, from a different video streaming service. Just a nuisance that you have to go fight them. So because of that, I don't record video through here very often. Scale is open. Hey, there's one of our field managers. Go plenty slow for this corner. Yeah, I got a detour to the scale and then do a U-turn and come back this way. Legally, if we drive past a scale sign that says open, Doesn't matter how far away the scale is, we legally have to detour to that scale. Some places it's quite a few miles. It's way up north. There are some scales that you have to detour many miles. The sign says open, you must detour to it. Actually, there's a scale up there in the Yukon or Northwest Territories? The Northwest Territories, that no matter what, you have to detour to. I'm not sure why CVSE is going through the scale to weigh themselves. Maybe it's just a quick way of checking to make sure that the scale's reading accurate. Since the Sutco pickup is a commercial vehicle, they too have to detour to the scale. So because it's a commercial vehicle to pick up, he legally has to do anything a big rig would do.
Highway 3.
I came into this merge area slowly because the way people shoot off of that intersection, they might not have a chance to stop, so I want the ability to stop if they can. You guys ever following a big rig and he slows down for no reason at all? Like I did there, for no reason at all. What the driver is thinking is, I'm going to slow down just in case. He's basically planning for what if. Sometimes the stuff we do doesn't make sense, but we're often planning for what if. Manual, don't need the truck to shift gears at a time that I'm trying hard not to spin out. So run a little bit of high RPM. Not good for fuel mileage, but high RPM, just in case the truck has a heart attack. It gives you a couple RPMs to recover. So, okay, let's see if I can explain better. So if you're running at high RPM and start spinning your tires, take your foot off the throttle, get the truck nice and straight, and then get back on the throttle nice and gentle without shifting gears. If you're running low RPM and start sliding, you take your foot off the throttle, now you're forced to downshift. Instead of just taking your foot off the throttle, you need that extra 2 or 3 seconds to make that shift to a lower gear and then gently get in it. And often by that time, you're already spun out. So I'm downshifting here even though I normally wouldn't. Pretty good. It's very grippy, dirty snow here, so we're doing good. Okay, I'm going to try to go upshift here. Also, don't ever upshift. If you're on a really slippery road and climbing a hill, you're new to trucking, first winter, if you can keep going, do not upshift. I just did, but it takes skill to learn when you're allowed to upshift. Just be happy going at the slow rate, because my first year, I did it several times. I'm like, hey, we just barely got moving. Okay, we're moving, yep. Okay, I'm gonna shift up a gear, and I spin out. Now I gotta get out and chain up. Get moving with the chains. I'm like, okay, I'm going to upshift. And we're back to 0. Nope. If it's a really slippery road, don't upshift. Just, if you're moving, count your blessings and just keep moving at that speed until you get into a flatter area. Because with an upshift, your wheel spin will be a lot higher, and it can be very tricky upshifting on a slippery road going uphill. So wait till you're in a flatter area. Like I'm timing out every single one of my shifts. To be in an area that's not the steep section where it's likely to spin out. Knowing the road really helps too. And we're past the danger zone. That's it. Well, at least until the summit. The steepest sections are done over here. I suspect we'll make it right to the top. I don't see the chain up lights being on with this kind of traction up here. Alright, I am going out of manual mode into automatic. Let the truck take over. It's flat enough over here that I no longer have to worry about shifts. The car behind me is not passing me. I don't know why. That's okay. That's okay. Take her easy around these corners. We didn't even get that much road grime on the windshield, so maybe the roof cam survived. I don't really know until I start editing. Yeah, we're not a super heavy load. Our drives are decent weight, but the trailer is darn light. So it should be a perfect load to go over mountains on a day like this. Basically, I couldn't ask for a better load than this on a day like this. Am I catching up with cars? Uphill? I'm catching up with cars? That's going to be another one of those days where my speed is dictated by the car in front of me. Does the passing lane end right after this corner or after the other corner? Let's see if I can get by them or not. Nope. Cannot get by them. It's okay. The people that were loading me there, two of the guys that were helping load, had one operator on the Zoom boom, and then two people were helping guide in. They both are rookies and just barely got their drivers and don't know how to drive on this stuff. So we gave them some tips and advice. Told them it's okay to be that slow driver. If you see a big rig on your bumper, it's fine. Be that slow driver, do your thing. But when you see a pullout, you take that pullout, let us by, and then continue driving. I'm like, the pushback you're gonna have is, yeah, but I'm gonna have a lineup of traffic behind me. As soon as I let you guys go, there'll be a new lineup behind me. And you're absolutely right. There will be a new lineup behind you. I live that day to day. There's always a lineup behind me. But the lineup is a new lineup. When somebody's been behind you for half an hour, they're about to go do something stupid because their patience has run out. They're about to pass you in a dangerous way, putting you in danger. So for your own safety, if you're going to be the slow driver, you're being slow because you want to drive within your means. If you're white knuckling it, you're driving too fast. You should never have to drive at a speed where you have to white knuckle it. If you're stressed out, you're driving too fast. You gotta slow down, relax, or else you're a danger on the road. You drive at a slow speed so you're safe, but use a pullout so that the people behind you don't do something stupid, because that is for your safety too, to get rid of those people. So at least you have a new crowd behind you until the next pullout. Attempt this. If there's oncoming traffic, we will bail out. Oh, they're hitting their brakes. I'm not bailing out of anything. It's not their job to hit the brakes. That's my job, doing the passing. Slippery. My rear end keeps sliding a little left and right, but just very little bit. I'm counter steering back and forth just a little bit. The video does such a good job of stabilizing the video, you guys probably can't even tell I'm slipping and sliding a little bit. If you guys see the camera go sideways, I was loose. I was spinning out jackknifing loose. Good. It'll be a good day. Well, you guys have seen me drive over the Pulse hundreds of times. So I think we'll call it a day here. Take her easy around the corner. We'll climb to the top of the Paulson and then head down into Christina Lake. Keep going right to Maple Ridge, or somewhere in that area. See if I can find a place to sleep. Boy, when I'm eating lunch, I'll Google Map and see if I can find a pullout somewhere. Somewhere safe to park. Worst case, I'll park in Chilliwack. I know that spot. If there's a closer spot, I'll take it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the snow and the winter wonderland. It's coming up to Christmas here pretty quick. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the weather you guys are having. Hopefully life is treating you well. Remember, every day is a good day. Some days are just gooder than others. And if you start every morning like that, you will have very, very few days that you consider bad days. I know I certainly did not enjoy some features of yesterday with the trailer swapping and the snow shoveling, but overall, yesterday was still a really good day. So in the morning when you get up, good morning. Today is going to be a good day. But for now, I am out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys rock.